Hello, lady, and welcome to episode 204. I am so happy that you're here, and I hope that you're doing well. And if not, that's okay too. Today, I will be sharing what is possibly slowing your progress down, what is slowing you down to make progress. If you're not making any progress, and if maybe you're making some progress, but you're not moving at the pace that you would like, and that is either in a goal in your life or just in something in general that you know you've been struggling with and you want to keep going, but something is holding you back, I'll be sharing that with you during today's episode. But before I get into that, I want to invite you to join me in my Facebook group if you haven't already. All you have to do is go to bit.ly/beyond the military so that you can join us on Thursday, February 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'll be sharing with you and teaching you how to throw away your to-do list. I know, and optimize a routine. It's going to be very simple. I'm going to keep it very simple and easy for you to start implementing process for your routine that you need to set in place if you haven't done so already. And you guys, I already have a template for you waiting over at the Facebook group in order for you to get started. Now, today's episode was already planned. The topic was already planned, but it happened to be that last week, I had actually scheduled this event on our Facebook group to actually be live on January 25th, as you guys probably were there. Or had probably joined right for that event because the recording is going to be available there too. If you aren't able to make it at that time, I completely understand. But here's the thing. Everything that was technology that could have gone wrong went wrong. And at first I was like, okay, maybe this is just my computer, my Facebook, I haven't been on it too. It's been a while that I was on actual Facebook Live. So I'm like, maybe it's just, me, let me restart my phone, let me go on my computer and do all the things that I know how to do in order to get on live. So needless to say, I'm like, I need to really share with you all not only how I overcame that, but also really how I'm now preparing for it not to happen again, because it was all some admin permission issue. My Zoom and my Facebook account were really communicating how I was supposed to. Anywho, that's what I want to share with you today as the example on why we're not making progress with our goals, or maybe just with her day-to-day tasks, because we don't do this one thing, and it's evaluate. We typically call this, or we have this term in the Army, not sure about the other services, other branches, but it's called the after action review. The after action review can become a little intense and detailed when it comes to obviously having an after action review after a training event, after maybe something that we did as a recon, or something that we took the time to do, but now we need to evaluate. And so in order for us to make progress or really get to our goal and accomplish the mission per se, we have to evaluate. Think about it for a moment. Why is it so important that we do that carefully after the fact? Why do we take not only sometimes hours, but days to fulfill this task, which is an after action review? It's because it's important and it's helpful and it's beneficial for all the leaders to really examine themselves, examine and evaluate what they did right and what they did wrong, and how they are going to improve for the next time. How are they going to make it even better? Maybe not necessarily perfect, but how are they going to do it better? Right. And so there's always like an issue, and then there's a recommendation, a solution, a recommendation that's provided during an after action review. And so it's going to be very similar based on whatever your goal is or whatever you want to make progress in. So for example, if yours is losing weight, if yours is writing paper, whatever it may be, for you specifically, transitioning out of the military. For me, I did my evaluation after I completely failed the Facebook Live last week. And so being accountable is very, very important when it comes to us making progress. But we don't want to be accountable. We don't want to feel that negative emotion of us not being accountable at that time or being able to fulfill that task, that mission, right? So for me, yes, I was completely embarrassed. I felt discouraged. I felt disappointed in not catching this beforehand. And I'm talking about my Facebook Live because it's something that I know I should have caught beforehand. But here's the thing. Things happen. We can't have control over all of the technology, especially technology. But what we can do is make it better. And so again, going back to this example, I was all ready to go. I had done a checks, technology with Zoom, with Facebook Live, the streaming code, everything that comes along with ensuring that I could share my screen and that everybody could see what I was doing real time on my computer, because I have this template ready for everyone to start implementing. Very simple, great place for you to start adding your weekly routine items on there. And I break it down into pretty much a month, and I break it down by week. And so in my mind, I had already rehearsed what I was going to say. I had rehearsed the walkthrough on my screen and also doing it through Zoom. But here's what I didn't do. I did so many things right, but here's the one thing that I didn't do. I didn't confirm that my actual coaching account, because I have my personal profile account, but also the life coaching business page, wasn't connected permissions wise through Zoom and Facebook. So anytime I tried to stream directly from my business page, it would not allow me to come in. Not knowing that, I didn't even consider to go to that profile, that business page, and do it through there, because I was logged in as my profile, or I was on my actual, just a Wendi Ray profile. Tried it on my phone. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just my computer or my Wi-Fi is not strong enough because it's not allowing me to broadcast. Like giving me permissions, whatever it may be. Went to my phone, try to go live from my account, my Wendi account, not the Wendi life coaching one, but my Wendi account. And it still said the broadcast could not take place at this moment. And so here I am, heart beating really fast. I have no idea what's going on. I'm telling the group that I'm not able to join. So all of these things are going through my head. And at the same time is ticking because I don't like to waste other people's time. And so I said, you know what? What I'm going to do now is go to plan B, do the entire training, the entire session that I had planned or recorded on Zoom. And then I will post it on the Facebook group. So I did it. I got done. I think it took less than an hour, maybe like 45 minutes. I can't even remember. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. Submitted it. And because I like to tell people that you have to go, in order, if you want to skip through, the 10 minutes of my intro and everything else, you want to go directly to the template. I wanted to say, go to minute 12 and start taking notes from there. So I did that. And what happened, as soon as I started sharing my screen, my audio was completely lost. You could not hear anything. You could only see what was going on. And so because of those reasons, I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to tell everyone what happened. Here's the template. Here's the partial recording. But I will also come back next week and I will do this again, because I want to do it in a way where it serves the people in the group, but also if they have any questions, to be able to come back and ask those questions, because that's the whole point, right? So for me, I could have been completely in my own feelings and just be like, okay, well, this is very embarrassing. This was, a complete failure on my part because I wasn't thinking ahead of the profiles and all these other things. And so for you, I want to ask you, are you still in your feelings if you didn't lose that 1 pound that you intended? Or you forgot to set your alarm, or you set your alarm, but you didn't make it to the gym that one day out of the week. And that completely just put you at a standstill and you didn't continue to do what you know you needed to do, go to the gym. or continue to meal plan, or continue to type up a 1-page paper or however many words that you needed? Have you stopped your search or your networking when it comes to your transition because you had one bad encounter? And so today I want to offer you to take my example, take your example maybe from today alone. Maybe you forgot to do something and that discouraged you, that emotion, that negative emotion discouraged you and it's keeping you now either stuck or at a standstill. And I want to offer you today that whatever it is whatever you're in, I want to offer you that you are able to continue to make progress no matter where you are. And so for me, it was a matter of, okay, I'm feeling embarrassed. I'm feeling disappointed in myself. What can I do better the next time? So what worked, right? What worked? I already told you everything that worked. You write it down, you type it up, whatever you want to do, you put it in a voice memo. This is what worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All these 3 items work. We're good there. What didn't work? And that's the hard one. What didn't work? You didn't lose that pound because why? You missed 3 days of the gym. Maybe your diet was not where it needed to be or what it needed to be. Maybe you didn't have enough time to focus, or maybe you weren't in the right environment to focus to write that paper. Maybe you're not talking to the right people. Maybe you weren't able to communicate what you needed effectively. And that could be the relationship, right? Maybe you're like, my relationship is not getting better. I can't solve this. This is not getting any better. It's not going anywhere. Maybe you're not asking the right questions, right? Maybe there are different questions that you need to ask. Maybe there are different things that you need to do or that you want to offer others to do for you that is going to help you keep moving in that relationship or be entertained or whatever emotion you need to be excited, feel loved, or whatever it may be. So I want to ask you today to focus on what went wrong. What went wrong? And so when I did that list and I'm like, okay, this is what went wrong. I'm going to ensure that I figure this out. I am going to rehearse it on the actual Facebook group with my actual approved permissions Facebook business page. And I'm going to do that over and over until I know that I am good to go on that scenario. What didn't work? I didn't have anything in place to ensure that it was going to be live and share my screen. So what can I do differently? Maybe is send out a different link that ensures that I'm able to share my screen. So again, things like that, instead of just feeling stuck and getting into this hole of everything just goes wrong all the time and I don't know what I'm doing, I'm a failure, or whatever it may be, whatever thoughts you have about never going to lose weight, I'm never going to be able to change my diet, I'm just going to be overweight forever, I am not going to find the love of my life, I am not going to transition into a successful career, whatever it may be for you, I want you to evaluate where you are now. So what worked? What didn't work? And now what are you going to do differently? So now I am going to actually go live 10 minutes earlier and share my screen at the same time, just to ensure that I have those 10 minutes of buffer that I am able to use that link. If not, I will have a link already available and send that to the group even ahead of time. So you see how all these things starts happening because I took the time to evaluate beforehand. So an example for you, let's say you're losing weight, right? Because I am on the journey of losing weight and everyone is on a journey of challenging themselves. And that's what I want to offer you, right? So what can you do differently? Maybe you set another alarm. Maybe you didn't set your alarm, or you did set your alarm and you didn't wake up. You were too tired. Now you're going to set 2 alarms. Or you're going to have somebody, come knock on your door or whatever, maybe it's your spouse, you tell them to nudge you or whatever it may be. Or you didn't make it at that time. What happens when you don't make it at the time? Are you going to go during lunch? Are you going to go to the gym at another time? Are you going to change your diet and maybe implement something completely new in order for you to see that there will be progress? Because here is the focus. The focus is progress. The focus is how can you make progress? Not how many more pounds you need to lose or how many, more inches that you need to lose. You want to be able to focus on the progress. And in order to do that, you want to be able to evaluate ahead of time. So what worked? What didn't work? And what will you do differently? So what is it exactly that you're going to do differently in order to help you see if anything changes? Because what happens if we don't change anything that we're doing? We're constantly, eating the same diet. I'm eating a salad and, some chicken, and I'm drinking coffee and I'm eating a donut and whatever it may be. My body's not changing. Is it my diet or is it something else? Well, I need to explore something different. 90% of the time it will be our diet, believe it or not. Maybe you're drinking alcohol. Maybe you're drinking too much coffee. Maybe you're drinking too much coffee with too much sugar. That could be it. Maybe it could be just something as simple as adjusting, but you won't know until you evaluate. So I want to offer you today to evaluate wherever you are in your journey, whatever goal you have. Because by the time that you listen to this episode, it'll be the last day of January. And I want to offer you to start fresh on the 1st. And what a better way to start fresh in a Facebook group with other women that are going to help you and encourage you and help you stay accountable. So come join us over at the Facebook group on Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will give you the template. I will give you a simple template for you to get started on this routine. There's no more excuses of I have so much to do. I don't know where to start. Come join me. I will be there. I'll be answering any questions that you have and also helping you along the way with your routine and also with the challenge that you want to take on for February. It could be losing weight. It could be going to the gym 5 days a week. It could be anything that you're inspired to challenge yourself with. Because again, this is why I want to build a community and I encourage you to be a part of any community. It doesn't have to be this one. Find a community. Find a community where women are going to empower you and are going to encourage you to keep going, to make progress. Because that's what this is all about, making progress. So what do you need to evaluate in order for you to start making progress? All right. I hope that this episode blesses you and encourages you to continue on your journey. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Bye.